Hi students, good morning. I think you're all well. And in the 9th class, we are going to deal with the chapter, what is the first chapter in economic. So first chapter, if you see, is the story of village Palampur. The story of village Palampur. Hypothetical, just we have to imagine this village and what happening in the village especially. So in this village, many people are going for farming. They're doing farming, and not only the farming, and other people are being in the non-farming activities like what small scale manufacturing and dairy and transport. So this type of non-farming activities also running. So here, goods and services. They're involved in the goods and services. What they're producing some grains, and also they are giving services by the transport, and also some small scale manufacturing also happening in the village. For this role, they require raw material and also manpower and also money altogether, and they are producing goods and services. So if you look into the Palampur is a village well connected to the neighboring villages. This is well connected, and beside from Palampur to within the 3 kilometers there is a village that Royganj, and it is well connected to the Royganj, good transport system there, and also it is connected to a town that is the Shahpur, and transport is available, and they usually use the transport what is that, below cart, and also tonga loaded with jaggery, and jeep, tractors, trucks they use for the purpose of transport. So if you see this well connection with the a big village and to the town, this Palampur connected. So this is one of the good feature for to transport their goods to other areas. So well road system is there, and also if you see, look into the Palampur, it is about having in this village about 450 families are there, and various caste people are living in this village. And also if you look, 80 people are upper caste people are being there, and with they are holding major land in the village, and other 1/3 people of SC caste people also being there, and they are being in the being at the corner of the village, and their houses are with some mud and straw, and also all the houses are connected. What is electricity? Okay, so these electric connections are there. So, and also bore wells, 2 wells are there, and all people are involving in they used to involve in the production and services. And also in the Palampur, 2 schools are there, primary schools, and also primary health center also there. Okay, if you see this role, if you compare with the neighboring villages, so Palampur is well developed. If you see, everywhere it is, farming is there, non-farming activities is there, well transport system is there, and also healthcare also there, and also schooling, education also there. So if you see electricity there, so while we are seeing this role, it is a well developed village if we take as a model. Okay, Palampur is the model. So still so many villages are not having proper transport system, health and education, and also non-farming activities. So these are all not there. If we compare with other villages, it is somewhat better and developed. So while we are seeing in the Palampur, 2 things we observe, that one is the farming activity, another one is the non-farming activities. So if you look into that, farming and non-farming activities. So if you want to go for to the farming and non-farming activities, what we requires? If you want to see towards the goods and services, farming, non-farming activities, 2 main thing. What's that? The farming and non-farming activities are producing something. What that producing? They're producing goods and services. To produce goods and services, what we require? So what are the requirement for the producing goods and services? What are, just we'll see, organization of production. Organization of production. If we want to produce something, we need other things. Organization of production. If you see, this aim of production is to produce the goods and services that we want. Aim of production, if I am going to product this chalk piece, this aim is what? To write on the board. Okay, so this aim is to write on the board like that. This is producing that what? Service. It is producing that what? Writing. So the production aim is that what? To give goods and service. Example, if you take a goods, it is a good. It is produced, a chalk piece company produced a chalk piece. And services, it's example, transport. If I want to go from here to Hyderabad, I want a vehicle. I will call to cab and I will go. That is the service I am taking from that cab. Cab is serviced me, but that I have to pay something to them, some money. So like this, the production main goal is that what? The production main goal to produce goods and services. Either it may good or either service. Good is all the manufacturing things, or whatever we are having, pen, clothes, this all comes under production. And services, hotels and cinema halls and teachers, lawyers, this all comes under service. So we are learned here that what the production is to be produced, that what? The goods and services. So we saw in the village of Palampur, two things are happening, mainly agriculture and other non-agriculture activities also there in that Palampur. Two, agriculture, non-agriculture activities. Two main goal is that to produce goods and service. If we want to produce goods and services, organization of production, we require something for produce and services. What are they required? What we require? Just we'll see. The first requirement for the production or for the service, we require land. What we require first? We require land. So here the first requirement is the land, and the other natural resources such as water, forest and minerals we require from the land. Water we are getting from the land, other minerals we are getting from the land. If you want to produce anything, we need first land. First requirement is land, water, other minerals. These are all come from the land. If you see next one, labor. If you want to produce any goods or services, we require labor. Labors are technical labor and also some accountant and the laborers to do what is to load and unload the goods, and in many areas they require. Okay, the laborers are required. Okay, skilled people required for the companies. So labor are very, very important for production. Okay, so after that we require physical capital. Okay, what capital? Physical capital. Other one we require first land, labor and physical capital also we require. What is the physical capital? We'll see. So third requirement is the physical capital. So the variety of input required at every stage during the production. If you want to start production at every stage, we require some things. Example, if I want to start any company, that in that company I want some material, that what some machinery. Okay, a big machine. Okay, and some computers required, some machines are required, tools required. So these are all comes under physical capital. In the physical capital, whatever the building and machinery, computers, these are all comes under fixed capital. In another one, A is called fixed capital. Okay, fixed capital. In the physical capital, A is a fixed capital. Fixed capital example, building, machinery and other whatever the tools are required for the company or for production. This all comes under fixed capital. Another one is there, working capital. Working capital. So this working capital, if you see, for whenever we are running our, whenever the production is running, at that time we require some what is the raw material at a time we require. So we have to bring that raw material, and also some amount we require on hand because of we have to pay salaries to the laborers, and for raw materials we have to pay. Example, yarn required for the weavers. Without yarn they can't do that. The yarn is the raw material for the weaver, and also the mud is required for the potter. Without mud he can't do the pot. Like that, in the production we require some working capital. What that? For bringing raw material purpose, for paying salaries purpose. Some money we need. Raw material and money we can call as a working capital. Here we learn three things here. Okay, land, labor, physical capital. In the physical capital, fixed capital and working capital. Next one, last one, fourth one, we require that what? Human capital. Fourth one, human capital. Human beings also required for ours. Okay, so here, if we see this fourth one, there are a fourth one requirement, and you will need knowledge and entrepreneurs to be able to put together land, labor and physical capital and production and output, either to use yourself or to sell in the market. Whatever we are producing in this role, by using land, labor, physical capital, to organize this role, to make it a proper product and to make it into the market, we require human capital. Human beings we require, some marketing manager, accountant, organizers. This are all we require. Otherwise, it all will be useless if human capital is not there. With our knowledge, we must make in a proper way this production, and we in a proper particular way we have to keep into the market. When we bring it to the market, then only it is going to sell. For this are all purpose. For maintenance purpose, we require some organized persons, well-knowledge persons. So that's we can call as a human capital. So up to here clear, I think. And in this lesson we learned up to here for the organization of production. If we want to do production, we require land, labor, physical capital. In the physical capital, fixed capital, working capital, human capital. Okay, I think up to here clear. And once if you have books, read this, you will get some idea. And those who didn't buy up to now, just go to the school, come to school and buy the books. Books are available in the school at maybe up to 2 o'clock it will available. Just come to school and buy Nana, and once read this. And in the next chapter, in the next class, we will go to how the what is that farming in Palampur, how it is happened, about that we will see, and clearly about production we will look in the next class. Okay, thank you.